What's going on, everybody? And welcome to the Other Side of the Firewall podcast, where we talk about the latest and greatest of cybersecurity news, as well as we highlight those movers and shakers and glass ceiling breakers, those people of color who've made it to the other side of the proverbial firewall. My name is Ryan Williams, and as always, I'm joined by Shannon Tynes.
What's up? What's up?
What's going on? And unfortunately, Levon couldn't make it, but he'll be back next week. Welcome to the show. Definitely continue to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. It's your first time listening. On Mondays and Tuesdays, we go over our topics. On Wednesday, we do a discussion. Sometimes on Thursdays, I do the Ask Us SP podcast, where I talk to somebody trying to break into cybersecurity. And then Fridays, we call it the Weekly Rundown, where we talk about everything else. So games, movies, books, whatever we've been doing throughout the week. So definitely continue to tune in. Throw it to myself for this one. So today's topic is that, I should say, it comes from infosecurity.com. It's titled "House Passes Better Cybersecurity Metrics Act." Is by Sarah Cobble, and basically, the gist of it is that the bill is called the Better Cybersecurity Metrics Act. It's authored by U.S. Senator Brian Schatz, and it was approved by the House by bipartisan 377 to 48 votes on Tuesday. So this is different than the bill we talked about before. The bill we discussed before was that companies that interacted directly with the DoD or had some kind of presence in energy or power infrastructure, they had to report in certain thresholds now whenever they're hit with ransomware or a cyber attack of some sort. And that's going to be that they reported to CISA, and then CISA will help them handle it from there. This one is different. So this one has to do with reporting with the FBI. And it's where's my quote at? It authorized a study at the National Academics of Science to establish a taxonomy for cybercrime incidents in consultation with federal, state, local, and tribal stakeholders, criminologists, and business leaders that would inform the FBI's reporting of cybercrime and cyber-enabled crime. So basically, like its title suggests, it's better reporting, right? So we know the big things. We know the Colonial Pipelines. We know the JBS meat packing companies and things of that nature. But what about the local government level? Like when they get attacked, or when someone who provides them a certain service gets attacked, is that being reported up to the FBI to later then be disclosed to the public, as well as to senators and congressmen and things of that nature? So that's the purpose of this one. It passed. It's going to the president to be signed. It has some teeth, I guess. It's building upon something, right? It's building a framework to make sure this happens. But I don't want to get too much into it before I ask Shannon how he feels about this.
So, man, look. So here's the thing that kind of caught my eye, right? So something they mentioned here in the article is once signed into law, the bill will encourage local and federal law enforcement agencies to report cybercrime in their jurisdictions to the Federal Bureau of Investigation, right? So where are the teeth in this, right? Like kind of like what you were alluding to, man. Like if you're just encouraging law enforcement agencies to report, like you're not saying it's mandatory for them to do so, right? And I know people have an issue with overreach and being told by the government they need to do this, that, and the third, but they're trying to get more serious about this. And the fact that this is like these crimes, these cybercrime and cyber-enabled crime are going to start getting reported with the annual National Crime Victimization Survey, right? And that right there is the stuff that has, like your homicides, your assaults, things like that are really serious, gun crimes, things of that nature. That people look to, like they're going to start including this stuff in it, right? Because it can be as far reaching as some of those other things, right? Whether it be people losing money, you know what I mean? People losing their identity, you know what I mean? What do you call it? Identity theft, you know what I mean? Like that's victimization, you know what I'm saying? It's high time we start taking this more serious. So I like the direction this is going, right? Like you want this to be one of those things where it gets passed and it becomes second nature for people to just start reporting and this start coming out and people start thinking more on it, right? And this administration has started to do that when it comes to cybercrime and things of that nature, with getting that stuff reported and offering help and assistance, right? So no, this is good to see. I like it. And again, this is the House passing their version, right? The Senate did theirs back in December, so this is going to be sitting on the president's desk soon, right? For him to sign into law. So I don't have a problem with it. Now I'm curious what these 48 people that were against it had to say, right? Like, but you know how government works. It could be, maybe they weren't doing something out of their district or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what's going on
Right.
there. But you got 48 people that were like, nah, I'm not for this. It's like, why
Yeah.
not? You know what I mean? This is very bipartisan. This affects everybody. You know what I mean? Red, blue, purple, whatever,
Right. Maybe it was not robust enough, or maybe they didn't have proper earmarkings. Like I know they attached other stuff to bills, right, to get
Always.
that passed as well. So you're
Mhm.
like, this has nothing to do with this bill, but it's like, well, you want to pass, you need to add this to it as well. So it could have been that. I don't know. I don't know how any of this works, right? But what I do know is that it does build a framework. So I think that is good. And as you and I both know, when you work for the federal government, they say encouraged, there will be a time and place where you receive a memo or something saying, give me these numbers. But I thought it was just encouraged. They're like highly encouraged, which means do it. So, and they have more pull with federal workers than they do with civilians in that regard. They're like, you will give me the report will be on my desk at such time. So I think it will happen. Um, and like you said, it's a good thing. Like it's protecting people who are being victimized in those different categories, because cybercrime is uh, it's
It's not victimless, right?
yeah,
Like
it's
it,
not
it
it's
has
not
far-reaching
victimless. Like
consequences.
someone is paying the bill for it. So whether it be civilians or the government or someone. So it does need to be reported, and then they can give them the proper uh, assets or whatever they need to hopefully prevent it, or to put the right people in the right places to try to stop it. So I think it's good. I think it's a good bill. So with that being said, thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Definitely tune in throughout the week, and then next week when we have full crew as well. You can hit up all of our socials using our name, the other side of the firewall. Um, you can hit me up personally. I'm at RY Security Guy. That's RY Security Guy. I'm on LinkedIn, TikTok, Twitter, and
Clubhouse.
Clubhouse. There it is. I've been on Clubhouse a long time though. I need to get back on there. And then you can hit up Levon Maynard. He is Levon Maynard on Twitter. So there it is. Stay safe, stay secure.